Good evening, Wyoming. We begin with startling images from up north. 2 earthquakes rattling Alaska today. The first one measuring 7.0 on the earthquake scale, rocking buildings and shattering roads in Anchorage.
A few minutes later, a second quake measuring 5.8 sent people fleeing from their offices again, some taking cover under desks. ABC's Alex Stone reports.
Around Anchorage, roads buckled, lights swinging, floors covered in debris. It was 8:29 in the morning, a cold and icy day in Anchorage when everything started shaking.
I've lived here since '83, and that was the strongest.
Melanie Blankenship was upstairs at our ABC News affiliate in Anchorage. She says she could hear the quake before she could feel it.
Sounds like a rumble, like almost like a train going by on the train tracks. It was a huge jolt, just huge.
It was a scramble to safety for this mom rushing to get to her child. Former Alaska Governor Sarah Palin tweeting, quote, "Pray for Alaska. Our family is intact. House is not."
Just completely smashed.
At KTVA-TV in Anchorage, their newsroom was left in shambles.
All of these are TVs and computers. This is a camera.
Alaska Governor Bill Walker has declared a disaster. Anchorage police say there is major infrastructure damage, that many homes and buildings have damage, and the power is out in many areas. President Trump has been briefed on the quake. Alex Stone, ABC News, Los Angeles.
And K2's Philip Bonatti spoke to his cousin who lives 9 miles away from the epicenter of those quakes about the earthquake and its aftermath.
It started out with a real heavy jolt. The shaking was by far the most I've ever seen. Everything immediately started flying off the walls, and it lasted a long time. And outside we've got cracks on the ground where it looks like the earth kind of wanted to separate and then came back together again. I'm from California too. I'm used to earthquakes, but this is much bigger compared to what I ever experienced in California.
And back here in Wyoming, the Cheyenne Police Department is looking to nab 3 people who say broke into a storage unit early Monday morning. Cops say around 6 a.m. Monday, these 3 suspects that you see on your screen coming up broke into a storage unit on the 1700 block of Pacific Avenue. The storage units are not surrounded by a fence, and security at the facility is light, which officers believe may have contributed to the burglary.
There were 3 individuals involved. The first 2 were a male and a female, both wearing Batman hats. And then the third individual was a male wearing a red U.S. Polo Association jacket. We have photos of the suspects up on our Facebook page and looking for any information in identifying these suspects.
And now to the north in Fremont County, a driver crashed into the back of a snowplow, and now officials are speaking out. The truck was hit by a passenger vehicle this morning on slick roads on Wyoming Highway 28. Officials say that snowplow drivers can't see vehicles behind them if those vehicles are too close to the plows.
It takes one of our plows off the road because now it's got to be repaired. And that makes clearing the highways a more difficult process for WYDOT.
And now back here to Casper and that coliform scare. City officials have now issued a statement after multiple tests and continued filtration. Officials now say there's no threat to local water quality. Multiple water samples have been sent to testing labs for further examination.
I don't think there was ever a concern with regard to our drinking water. The citizens of this community should feel very comfortable and confident that the water they drink and cook with and everything else is safe and clean and goes far beyond EPA's standards.
And the Wyoming Aeronautics Commission is accepting proposals from airlines interested in flying to rural Wyoming communities like Gillette, Riverton, Rock Springs, and Sheridan. A selection committee made of state officials and consultants will be responsible for choosing the airline. A short list of finalists will be made by late January, with final decisions coming sometime in the spring. This process does not include Casper, however, where the process of negotiating with airlines is always ongoing.
Air service development for us is like dating. It's a relationship building. So we meet with and we talk to all the airlines that we think could make sense in our market, knowing that they need to understand what's going on and business opportunities. I've been here for 12 years, and it started the first day I got here and will continue to the day I retire. For us, it's an ongoing 365-day per year process.
Well, for 50 years now, the Cheyenne Christmas House has been spreading holiday cheer in the capital city. Well, for the first year, that Christmas house has ventured away from a home and moved to the Cheyenne Botanic Gardens, where it welcomed a line out the door on its opening day.
Usually take in maybe about 70, 80,000. It just, I mean, we bring in a big amount, probably about 2/3 of that goes back into the community and probably more.
Well, Black Dog Animal Rescue is at it again, raising some fiery funds with the brave men and women who normally put out the flames. In its second year, Black Dog Animal Rescue has partnered with volunteer firefighters in Laramie County for what may be the hottest holiday gift on the market. Each month has a firefighter sporting the hero bodies with an adoptable dog that's also adorable. And the best part, all the proceeds go to a cause.
It's all rescue dogs featured, which is pretty exceptional. And the proceeds from the calendar we split between Black Dog and the organizations those firefighters serve.